Welcome to the Patron Saints of Pop Culture podcast. I'm Miguel Covarrubias.
And I'm Kathy Covarrubias. And today, let's talk about our upcoming Season 4.
Yeah, and don't forget to review and subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platforms. We do have three fantastic, well, the third season was fantastic. The rest of them were okay. But we do have 3 full seasons of episodes for you to binge and listen to. If you're like me and like to listen to all of a podcast in a couple of weeks sitting, like I did with Lore, yeah, you can do that. Anyway, today we are going to be talking about our new ideas for our upcoming season 4, as well as our upcoming attractions. So are you excited for season 4?
I am. There is so much new stuff that has come out like within the past couple of months and then upcoming as well too. So I am just like so eager and so excited to just like get it out there.
Yeah, we watched a lot in the last 2 months. Surprisingly, we did have family over for Thanksgiving. We didn't have family over for Christmas, but we still got a chance to watch a good deal of things. Well, and we caught up on stuff too.
Yeah.
Primarily because there's not new TV coming out during December usually.
Yeah. So we took advantage of that for sure.
Yeah. And we'll talk about what we're going to be talking about here soon. But I want to talk about especially what we're going to be doing brand new this season. I really wanted you guys to know about an idea that we had, and we realized that we can't get to every single story, every single piece of pop culture that comes out because...
And we can't like talk about every single thing we want to talk about with the things we do talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's so much coming out and there's so much out there. And there's so much in the things that we are actually talking about that we can't actually cover everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to find how something fits into a genre and how it kind of reshapes that genre or reshapes us and reshapes our stories. How pop culture kind of shapes us. So for instance, we are going to be using things like relationships or rather romance in pop culture and talking about romance and using some examples of how maybe it's informed us poorly of romance and romantic relationships.
Or have been good examples.
Have been good examples, exactly. So, really the meaning behind the entire show is that stories shape us. They shape the way that we see the world. And we don't want to make it so that our way of viewing the world is your way of viewing the world. We're just giving you our version. We just want to help clarify some of those pieces the way that we see it.
Yeah. And of course, you can always let us know what you think if you think that we're absolutely wrong. I mean, we definitely welcome those conversations.
We had a conversation earlier today with the ladies over at
Living Dead Girls
podcast. They were talking about our Hereditary episode, and they did a little bit more research into the cults.
I didn't realize that Hereditary, like the cult in Hereditary, was actually a cult until they brought it up to us.
Oh, I know. And honestly, that makes that so much more terrifying now. Like, that movie still haunts me to this day.
I know. I'm trying to convince everybody that we should go see Midsommar. So...
Not go see it. It's streaming now. I think it's on Hulu.
Yes, but we have to watch it together because it's a horror movie and I need to have a person next to me so I don't freak out.
To find out if it's as disturbing as Hereditary.
I heard it's as good as Hereditary, if not better. So
that Toni Collette sawing her own head off is still like I know.
I totally forgot that was a thing until you said it and now I'm like, Okay. Can we move on?
Yes, let's move on.
Okay, so just to kind of give you a idea of our calendar that we have coming up. Again, just to let you know, sometimes things happen, so there might be some times that we skip something or we have to push something back. So just letting you know, but these are the things that are currently on the docket that we want to talk about.
Yes.
Okay. So first up, next week, we're going to be talking about Magician Season 4. We wanted to talk about that first because it's been out the longest, and then season 5 of The Magicians is going to be coming out soon. So we wanted to kind of give you a refresher before you dove into that. And then next, after that, is It Chapter 2. Again, we're a little bit behind, but, we wanted to...
Yeah, catch up a little bit.
Mm-hmm, yep. After that is the dearly beloved animated show, Frozen 2.
That one is probably going to be the most current that we're talking about. That's one of the ones that I'm chomping at the bit to get to.
Mm-hmm, there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're going to have a special Valentine's Day episode. We're going to get all romantic and talk about romance and pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I might even have us eat some chocolate while we're recording, just because, chocolate's the thing you eat on Valentine's Day.
All right.
After that, we're going to talk about Marvelous Mrs. Maisel Season 3. After that, we'll talk about The Mandalorian Season 1 and Little Cute Baby Yoda.
Oh my gosh. Baby Yoda is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't care who you are.
Or the youngling. Isn't that what he's
Yeah, or
called?
the foundling.
The foundling. Okay.
Yeah. Because that's this is the way.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way.
And there's so much cute little art out there too for it. So I've been kind of binging that. And then also my friend has been making her own foundling crochet creatures.
It's fine. We're going to call him Baby Yoda. Just call him Baby Yoda.
I know, it's so weird not to say Baby Yoda. Okay. And then after The Mandalorian, we're going to be talking about The Witcher Season 1. I am waiting for the library to make the audiobooks available. So because I kind of also want to talk about elements of the book, but we'll let you know ahead of time if I'm going to be doing that or not.
Well, I find it funny that you enjoy fantasy so much more than I do. And I enjoy sci-fi so much more than you do, when they're kind of the same thing almost.
Oh, they are not the same thing, sir.
Oh, I know. But they're so often grouped together, like fantasy and sci-fi.
They are, yes. I mean, I do enjoy sci-fi, obviously, but fantasy, it's my...
Oh, I know.
I love it.
Like, you love Game of Thrones, like the Game of Thrones books, and I've never, it's never really just interested me that much.
The only fantasy books that I could not get into were the Lord of the Rings series. I know. You can hate me.
No, it's
totally okay.
Because, it had more of a sci-fi genre feel to them. And that's why I enjoyed them better than you did, I think.
I had to stop when he was describing all the gosh darn leaves on the trees.
Yeah.
Did you see? I stopped myself from cursing.
Yeah.
Okay, after The Witcher, we're going to
The Witcher's we're going to be cursing in that one because, there are two modes for The Witcher.
Yeah, that's true. After The Witcher, then we're going to be talking about community and pop culture, why pop culture is important and brings us together.
We did kind of talk about that a little bit in season 2. We're going to have a better discussion about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then after that, we'll talk about The Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop, whoop. And then we'll talk about Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, those are the two that I am chomping at the bit, that they're in March, that I really want to talk about them, because Rise of Skywalker, I feel not as good as Last Jedi.
Yeah. But it was still good. It was still good.
Still good? Yes.
I still feel satisfied with most of the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Ness.
Well, and I think it's more Disney wanting to leave things open so that people would continue to watch Star Wars movies, rather than Endgame, where people are like, okay, we're good. We feel done.
But I do feel like this. Okay, we can't talk too much about it. We got to move on, because I was going to say something else, but we got to save it for the actual episode.
No, okay.
So that was a teaser for you guys.
Teaser. See, that's what this episode is all about. We're teasing our upcoming season.
Yep.
So that's all that we have coming up. And if you want to give us some ideas of what we should talk about coming up in season 4, please let us know. And you know how to get a hold of us.
Yep. So you can reach us at Facebook and Instagram at Patron Saints of Pop Culture. Oh my gosh, let me try that again. Patron Saints of Pop Culture. That's the podcast that we are on right now.
Yes.
And then we also have an email address too, if you want to go old school.
That is patronsaintsofpopculture@gmail.com. We also just revamped our website, so that is at patronsaintsofpopculture.org. Not .com, it's .org.
Yes.
O-R-G. So, with all of that being said, we invite you to come and join the conversation.
Bye.